I didn't.
That was in sync for me. That's the problem. Is voice over IP is there's a pause time between us. Between us.
Yeah. You know what the best part of that is? I wasn't even recording, but it doesn't matter. We're going like like how twice I did a sync without it even having it recorded, so it was just completely pointless.
Amazing.
Hey, we're still rolling though. Here we
We
are
are.
on our like fourth or fifth attempt at this because look, just ignore that
Yep.
structure over there. You may or may not be looking at. That was from a different lifetime. But anyways,
Wait? Did you start recording after you did the sync?
yeah.
Oh, I literally just deleted my recording because I thought that
Oh
we
my
needed to sync
gosh,
again.
this video is a train wreck, but we're
Okay.
keeping it rolling.
Okay. Recording.
In any case, we'll just skip to where, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're going with
Yes.
it. All right. It wouldn't be a pragmatic win video if there weren't, if there wasn't hellaciously bad unprofessionalism. But anyway,
I'll do the sync this time.
no, we're not doing any sync.
I wasn't recording audio. I
There's
what?
no sync. We're just rolling with it.
You're just okay. Fine.
We're just going with it. We're just gonna assume that
You're just
our
going
audio
to.
is good because I tested it. All right.
Okay.
Uh,
So why am I recording my audio then? Screw that.
and there's basically no point now.
Get out of here.
How do you clear the weather on this stupid thing? Is it?
Uh,
Alright, there we go. No, I got it. Leave me alone. Alright.
I know Minecraft. I'm a Minecraft YouTuber.
Alright. Was or am? I don't know. Alright, anyways. So this is the 2019, end of 2019, end of the decade
End of my life.
podcast, digging deeper. The return after 8 months because we checked it in the last failed attempt
Yeah, when
that you will
this,
never see.
we had the smart idea to just make Ethan record everything.
Well, we originally did it on Discord, and then similar to the last time we recorded podcasts, uh, Discord just cuts out for us for some reason.
I don't know why Skype. I
Yeah,
genuinely have so many problems with, but it seems to just be
yeah,
really good in terms of the actual call quality.
yeah. Skype kind of dead now, which it's sad,
Well,
but
it's now it's they're focusing on Skype for business.
yeah. Well, I wonder if businesses actually do use Skype.
I know the one that I
I
worked
can
at
see
did,
it because
but
it
I'm
comes
unemployed now.
installed with it comes installed with Windows computers, so I can see it.
True.
But
I'm unemployed now. Did you hear that?
yes, we'll get to that in a second. But
I'm
look at you.
introducing a talking. It's a teaser.
No, well, first we're gonna talk about. I was gonna
I'm the
segue.
person at Costco. I throw kebabs at you, and I'm like,
No, you're
please
not.
try this chicken.
I've never even been in a Costco.
Neither have I. I'm just assuming that's what it's like to have taste tests,
Yeah, you just
samples,
get
free samples.
kebab thrown at you and then you die because it gets kebab.
Because
But
you
anyways,
become part of the kebab.
so getting on Skype made me quite nostalgic because, well, first of all, I saw my profile picture, which won't be revealed. You just have
Yeah,
to know.
it's
It's an inside reference of sorts, and it just cannot be revealed.
it's a good thing Garrett's not in this call, or else you'd be saying every facet of the profile picture.
Well, he would be saying every facet of the profile picture.
That's true.
Probably.
It would be foisted into the open.
But anyways, and then I saw like sky moods, and like sky moods
Uh,
were like so awesome.
I miss Sky Moods. Discord has them now, but
What does it?
yeah,
I didn't know that. I feel like it's
Discord
not the
needs
same.
to have the Skype mood feature where you can go to the home and you see everyone's previous moods in like a timeline.
Yeah, they used to be like the best thing was getting on and like seeing people sky moods because like we would actually change them like pretty frequently. Like
It's
it,
like a really private Twitter, basically.
yeah, it really was. It was very cool. Like Skype was awesome. I really don't know why it died out. I guess Discord just sort of killed it.
Skype had always had its problems with just calls dropping and
Yeah, it
not
wasn't
connecting
perfect.
properly. And it's gotten better. It's just Discord got better than it faster.
Yeah,
It's a shrill same.
but yeah, Skype was what we used for that entire like era of my Minecraft career.
And it technically still is. Am I right?
I guess so. Can't record Minecraft without using Skype. Just the way it is.
So
But
let's talk about every change that's happened in our life in the past 8 months.
well, it wouldn't be 8 months. It'd be 10 years if we're talking about the decade.
Oh, dang, you're right. This is a decade thing. Oh, right. Theme.
Sort of. Well, you know, Pragmatic Win the hub for unprofessionalism. We don't have to stick to anything.
Pragmatic Win,
Anyways,
for me personally, is the hub for Chubb. This is where I go to eat snacks.
I have no idea what I'm building on this world, by the way. Like I'm not
I'm
good
fed
at
up with this
building
world.
while also thinking of things to say. But anyways, um, so since we were talking about Scott and we're talking about the decade in the
Mhm.
past, we can talk about our Minecraft career as we were just talking about a second ago. Our
My
Minecraft career.
Minecraft. Hey, have you read my Minecraft resume?
No, I
My
haven't.
I'm going to be applying for my my Minecraft GED to help with my Minecraft career.
Yee.
My Minecraft yee yee.
But anyways, alright, so to talk about Minecraft as a whole, we have to kick it back. Okay, so, well, actually, when
Take
did
it back now.
Minecraft come out?
Minecraft came out. It officially started in 2010, and then I believe
Hmm.
it was released in 2012.
Alright, so Minecraft came out during this last decade. That's what we're going with.
I was
You're what?
I lied. I was off by
Okay,
a year in both ways. It
was it?
started in 2009 and was officially released in 2011.
Alright, we're still going with it.
Okay.
But anyways,
That's
and
I mean it was really it hit popularity in 2010. So,
yeah, I keep looking at this and I'm okay.
look at it. Look at it more.
Um, but anyways, so prior to Minecraft, my biggest PC
Regret.
experience. No. um, my biggest, as you know, and because you also play, was Roblox.
Oh,
And
absolutely. I remember being made fun of for liking Minecraft more.
hey, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
It's like the catchphrase of the
We'll get to that in a second, you say, as a brain surgeon, and there's a bleeder that's appeared and the person is hemorrhaging to death.
and so we both played Roblox and I played it. I know I for sure played it a lot. I can't remember. You probably were the one that got me into it, actually, if I had to guess. I don't remember.
Possibly. I was super into just all online games that I could find. My jam was Toontown and also Club Penguin, but Roblox was actually I think I for a long time I liked Roblox the most just because I could play any game within Roblox as long as some 17-year-old that knew Lua decided to make it.
See, people like a lot of my friends stay like I'll say something about Roblox and they'll be like, "Oh, dude, that's trash," like because I never played it, you know. But I
You
like it
gotta you gotta respect Roblox.
at the time, even though it is like I think it is still pretty big these days, but
It is. It's
probably
it's like
bigger
a
than it's ever been, honestly.
that's probably true. It's also worse than it's ever been, but
Yeah, I can see that. But like at the time, it was like amazing.
Mhm.
And it really is like good for teaching kids stuff like marketing. You remember? No, I'm
Oh
being
yeah, you
serious.
have to
You
because
can make the
you can
ads.
make your own all like there was an ad section for actual ads and then there was an ad section for people making their own pictures for their own games.
Yeah, and like for every play you'd get like a ticket, and that ticket could be used to buy more. I forget what actually. I guess you could buy like skins and stuff like that.
The first time I saw something to do with Rule 34 was I saw a Roblox forum post that said why is this game not banned, and I clicked on the link and it was like Naruto hentai, and the preview image for the game, the game was a single giant brick and it had a texture on it of Naruto doing something inappropriate.
Gotta love the internet.
And from that day forward, I was like,
You're a
wow.
changed man.
From that day forward, I was like, wow, I should stop clicking on links in forum posts.
But yeah, I remember like Roblox. I built like a few games. I remember one. What was that one I made called that I like really liked that I
The
made?
Overtaker.
Well, I mean that one kind of worked, but the one I don't know if you remember. It was called like Kill or Be Killed, I think.
That sounds. Was that
It was
the
like,
combat one?
well, yeah, and if you remember, like the map was like a rectangle, and it was like water, and then there was this island in the middle,
Hmm.
and one spawn was on a helicopter, and the other one was on like an aircraft carrier.
Ooh, I think I remember. That sounds like just a Call of Duty game mode.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's where the inspiration came from, but yeah, I remember making that,
I
and
remember making friends in high school. No, I don't. That's a lie.
yeah, we'll get to that later.
We should go in order of like what our entire decade was like.
I don't remember, but anyway, I'm gonna say that all my all my Roblox games I remember. Obviously, I didn't know how to
Hmm.
script or anything, but I would just search around and steal other people's scripts and then throw
Oh,
them in my game and make one.
and you would always get Roblox viruses.
Did I? Did I get Roblox viruses?
I mean, you remember that, right? Where you would get a script and it would copy itself onto every other object in the game, and you couldn't ever delete all of them.
I can't remember honestly, but I can believe it.
That was the best part. Was it would also make the game really slow to load. So that's really sick that someone would just, for a game for kids, release a script that just copied itself onto every other object in the game and then make the game run really slow. It was so cruel. So
Yeah,
cool.
like I said, welcome to the internet. Like people are gonna post like porn wherever they can, and they're gonna just
Wherever they can.
ruin other people's experiences wherever they can. It's just the
I
way it
think
is.
my Roblox experience was improved seeing Naruto touching himself personally. I I think I learned a lot about programmers, not about programming.
I remember the one item I always wanted from the shop was the dual swords on the back,
Oh, absolutely. That was the jam.
and
Because then people would be afraid of you in Sword Fight on the Heights.
I don't know why I've always been so fascinated with swords, but I just am. I
It's
love them.
because you're a
A
5-year-old.
weeb. Oh,
Oh. Same thing.
yeah, I remember one of the cool things Roblox did too was the Easter event. I hyped God because remember like in every mini game, it would spawn like eggs.
Oh shoot, I remember that. I
Like
freaking
in every,
loved.
yeah,
I would
dude.
freak out whenever I'd see one, and everyone would try to run to it.
Oh yeah, dude. It was like whenever one of the rare ones spawned, it was like, oh, forget whatever I was doing. Like I'm going to get that egg.
I got the fedora, the legitimate businessman, and I was like, this is the only hat I ever need to wear.
Oh, you remember the Fabergé eggs?
Oh, Fabergé eggs.
I
I
think
would.
those were the rare, super rare ones, weren't they?
I did not think about those for a long time.
I know, but I think those are the super rare ones. I don't think I ever got one of those. I always
I mean,
wanted the East or the Equinox eggs. I thought it looked cool.
the only person that really mattered in Roblox was Clockwork because he kept finding glitches to make his character tiny.
Oh yeah, Clockwork was like it's
He was
like the
basically
story
just
of Satan, like where the angel like wants to get too powerful and just like gets banned.
oh man.
He was like a dev or something, wasn't he?
I think he was like a QA tester or something.
Yeah, and then
Like he wasn't like real official, but he did have an inside with the company.
he was banned. The
He
famous
deserved.
Clockwork. You'd go to his profile, then something was there. I don't remember. I think he just said banned or something.
Yeah. His character was tiny because he did some combination of equipping items that would break the character model. What a wizard. I love him. I miss him.
I
Why
wonder
don't we
what he's
talk
doing
anymore?
now.
He's probably making millions of dollars
Programming some game. He's probably working on some
programming
AAA
Roblox.
title.
He came back.
Dude, if he's still on Roblox, it's a big L. Because honestly, you need to move on.
Wow. Harsh.
I mean, keep doing what you're doing, dude.
Thanks, freaking Tom Shedletsky.
Tom Shaletsky. Oh, that's the name I haven't heard in a while.
I I remember thinking that like, oh, Tom Shedletsky is just a smaller guy at the company, and Builderman is obviously the
Oh
account of
yeah,
the.
Builder Man.
No, Builderman was just like a shell account, and Tom Shedletsky was like the CEO of the company. Like he was the primary guy, which I guess is why he had Sword Fight on the Heights.
That was a lit game mode. What am I doing?
Wild.
This
What
is
are you doing?
this building is a nightmare. But anyways,
Well, yeah,
I
that's
think
life.
I think I messaged Builder Man once. I don't remember what about though.
Builderman, can you please unban me? Builderman, can I have free Turbo Builders Club?
Oh, dude, I remember. Yeah, Builders Club. I bought that.
Oh,
Builder Club
you
was sick. I don't
you
remember
get
what it did.
you'd get Robux every week, and you could have
Yeah.
more maps.
Maybe it wasn't. You got some cool stuff too, though. I don't know.
True, you did get a builder's hat.
Oh, yeah, the Builders hat. And there's like Turbo Builders Club. That's what I
Turbo Builders
always
Club, and
wanted.
then like Outrageous Builders Club or something.
Yeah,
Something that
there's
starts.
one that's like Life, wasn't it, or something?
It was like you it was well, they just got more expensive as it went on. I remember
I
that.
think there was one for like $99 or something
Oh
where
yeah,
you
you
like
could
get
pay
it for life.
for life. It was crazy. And I remember looking at that and being like, "Wow, $99? That's so insane. I bet nobody could afford that."
Yeah, I mean, if I played Roblox today like I did back then, I would do it. Probably. Just be
That's a
like
big
YOLO.
if I played it now like I did back then.
Yeah, which is
I
not.
feel like even if it was back then, you probably wouldn't play it like you did because there's a magic to finding something online like Roblox.
Yeah, there is. Alright, so
Rest in peace, Tom Shedley. He's still alive.
how do you know?
Fine, I'll look it up, buddy.
You think he's got a Wikipedia page?
I
You
think he's
you
dead.
think he's balling like that?
I think that he is my dad.
Ah, that's an interesting theory. Our game. Alright, so we're back.
Da, 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 da.
Thank you. Why is it freaking raining, dude? Just noted. Get this out of here.
My friend
I'm-
Ellie says to tell the podcast followers hello. The problem with that is that we'd have to have podcast followers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. All 0 of them? I mean, that's cool.
We're just saying hello to us too.
What if I wasn't recording? I'm not checking either. I refuse to check.
God.
This building.
Oh, I'm so stupid. His name was John. I'm really sorry, John.
John Shedletsky.
Oh, John. He was creative director at Roblox from
Wait, does he actually have a
2006.
Wikipedia page?
This is the Roblox Wikia.
That's not the same thing.
I don't know why I thought his name was Tom. I guess because of MySpace Tom.
Maybe you're just insensitive. Did you ever think
True.
about that?
Yeah. What was your big social network? Did you have a big like this is the place I want to go to interact with anyone?
Probably Skype. I didn't really do Facebook that much.
Yeah. I don't know. I was
Probably-
thinking of like
What?
I don't know, Minecraft forum.
Oh.
I made like a few posts to there and I intentionally changed the account name so that no one can ever find it because those posts were really bad.
No.
I made a texture pack that nobody liked.
Oh yeah, I made a few texture packs in my day. Call
I-
of Duty Legendary 1.7.10. Get it now.
I'm still waiting for you to 30 by 30 pixels. Are you high? Boy, that's a throwback. Because for some reason you made a texture pack that instead of taking, you know, a freaking multiple of 2 like a normal person, you
Hey.
went for 30 by 30.
Well, it is a multiple 2, just not a multiple of like 4 or 8.
Okay, you know what? You know what I mean. Not a,
Yeah.
it wasn't the power of 2.
30 by 30.
Are you high? It's a fair. I stand by that. I think that's a fair question.
It is a fair question. Hey, I mean, is there like a great texture pack? No, not really. But I'll own it. It was mine. I made it, and I made an entire texture pack.
and you refused to distribute it. You just
Well,
gave it to your friends.
well, I mean, who's gonna download that?
Who was gonna download mine? Nobody. But I put it on Minecraft forum anyway.
What texture pack did you make?
I really don't want to say because I'm afraid someone will go look
Was
at.
it
I'm really
Naruto
paranoid
hentai?
about. Yes,
Alright.
but it's only Naruto.
What am
I'm really paranoid about people finding old internet accounts because I'm afraid I would have been like, I live at this address when I was like 7 and didn't know about internet safety.
Hey, you used to, didn't you, weren't you active on the Bulbapedia forums?
Active is not the word.
Yeah, you did something on there.
I posted a couple times on the forums because someone on the Bulbapedia website was, please stop editing your user page so much. Just go to the forums if you want to talk this much. And then I did, and then I left. Oh man, Bulbapedia.
Didn't you,
What?
I don't know. I
Ask
thought you,
me. I dare you.
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I thought you actually like made posts or something. Didn't we like go and look at the post sometime recently?
I not. Oh, we looked at my garbage Wikipedia Bulbapedia pages. Like, not that wasn't the forum. That was the actual wiki website, and they got really mad at us because we kept
Dang it.
using our user pages like they're our own personal website, which is not what you're supposed to use wikis for. Don't do that, kids. They'll get mad at you. They'll take away your editing privileges.
I wish we had that video of us battling. I think it was on your channel.
I wish we had that video of us in my closet wearing a green screen.
Called Epic Fail.
I
I think that's what it was
genuinely,
called.
I've tried to look it up. I couldn't find it, and I
Or
don't
was
remember
it
what channel.
Epic Noobs? I think it might have been Epic Noobs.
Epic noobs, news fail, noobs. I don't know.
I think it was Epic Noobs. Did you delete the channel?
I don't remember. I know at least one of my channels is still up, and it has really stupid videos on it.
Hmm.
None of me, thankfully. They were all very detached from me. You couldn't pin them down to me. So I did a couple years ago. I found an old PC in the
Ah,
garage, and I put Linux on a USB stick and looked through the files, and I found my old Super Mario 64 videos, including the one
heck
that I
yeah.
including the one that I made to basically say I'm stopping making videos because I'll never be as popular as Fred and nobody likes me. I actually
Cannot
know
short
specifically I said the
calls.
only people that are popular are vulgar. Why can't more people be like Fred, who is not vulgar? Whatever happened to
Fred.
him? Lucas
He's
Crookshank, what happened to
dead.
you? Oh, okay. Like Soldier Boy.
Fred is dead.
Fred is
I
dead.
typed that in chat for all those wondering.
For all those
Rest in
wondering, which is
peace.
nobody except me, because I'm
Hash,
the only one that can't see the video.
hashtag Fred versus Logan Paul 2020 question
Hashtag
mark?
Fred versus iCarly
Does that happen?
2013. Well, he was on iCarly.
I think I remember that. I remember the Fred movies, which were um
I like the part where John Cena played his dad and only showed up when no one else was around, which makes it seem like he was a figment of his imagination and always beat him up immediately.
well, 'cause he's invisible. Nobody sees him.
That
Why did he
well,
pretend? Why did John Cena pretend nobody could see him? Like, what is he? What is he doing?
I
Is he like? What is he trying to pull here?
John, you're not fooling anyone. Stop it. Get some help. John, we're worried about you. We miss you. Where did you go? I
Alright,
guess I can't see him.
so you're posing that we start in order.
Yeah.
It's more or less and detail some things.
2010, I was 12.
2010. Wait, is that correct? So that would be 9
2010 was
years
10 years
ago.
ago. Well, December 31st, 2010 was 9 years
I
ago.
would not be 12. I would be 11.
I was 12.
Because I have a April birthday.
More like a gay.
You gotta. Oh, what? What were you gonna say? You gotta change it quick.
A gay April birthday.
That doesn't really
That's.
save it.
I just said the same thing again.
Dang, Braden, you're gonna. No
Gonna what?
monetization. No monetization.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Alright, whatever.
I can't hear whispers. It's against my religion.
Alright, so 2010.
2010
We
was
were
I was
in what
sixth
grade?
grade.
Sixth grade? Okay.
Yes, because that was 6 years after 2004, which was when we were in kindergarten.
Nice deduction. All
Well,
right.
it's I only remember that because I don't know why I remember. Oh wait, I remember my teacher teaching us about calendars, and I was like,
What an
2004. Wow,
idiot. Calendars.
calendars. No one's gonna use that. Ridiculous.
You won't have a calculator everywhere you
You won't
go
have a
when you're an
calendar.
adult. Yeah, well now we have phones that are more powerful than anything anyone's ever possessed throughout history, more or less. So how about them apples?
I'm actually a person in history, and I possess the computer I'm playing Minecraft on. I can't do that on my phone. Oh wait, no, cut that out.
Alright. Alright, so 2010, we're in 6th grade. Now I don't remember much about middle school at all, I'll be honest.
Middle
Although,
school,
except for that it's just a bad, middle school was just a bad time all around, more or
I would
less.
probably call middle school the worst time of my life.
It's like the worst time of everybody's life, at
Yeah,
least as far as school. It's just like an awkward transition time.
no one's happy. Everyone's making fun of each other because they don't understand themselves.
Yeah, they think it's like cool to like to be mean to people, which it's not.
Yeah,
Well,
it's well, well.
no, I'm
Actually,
kidding.
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
It's only cool to make fun of people if you put it on YouTube and call it a cringe compilation. Am I right?
yes.
That's social commentary.
Okay, so middle school, I was probably okay. Wait, when was middle school again? What year did we say that was?
That was
2010.
2010.
Okay, so I was probably still playing Pokemon. I remember I played Pokemon until Black and White came out, which was, hold on, I got Black and
Hey Google.
White. Gosh, if I could top Pokemon again. When did that come out? 2010. All right, that works.
That was
Um,
actually the first generation I didn't buy because I don't know. I think I was getting out of Pokemon after I was really bad at Heart and Gold and Soul Silver.
was that when I quit though? I couldn't have quit that early. But
Uh, well, did you get Black 2 and White 2?
no, but
Oh, well then you
it
quit.
probably I know I quit like at Black and White, but I don't know if it was like immediately. All I remember is it must have been, but
It was
uh,
because the people were too old, and you were like, "I'm not 14. I'm still 10."
well, yeah. I just remember that I played Black and White, and I was like, I'm not, I'm too old to be into this still, that phase. And so I quit like
Cold turkey.
sometime into Black and White, and that was just like
That was a mistake because those
just
are
a
apparently
dumb
the best
phase.
ones.
Well, yeah, I mean I went back and played them, but yeah,
That's the one
Black
Platinum
2 and Black 2 is one of my favorite. It's probably my second favorite.
behind Platinum.
Well, yeah, of course. But and also apparently that's when like, which I know you don't really care anything about this, but that's when like competitive battling like really took off.
I
Which
mean, I knew it was
it's
a
still not big because I
yeah,
mean
I
it's
knew it was
Pokemon.
a real big thing for Diamond and Pearl because of the
Yeah, it
Wi-Fi.
was.
So
That's when it initiated.
that was when it was like suddenly we can have like actual tournaments
Hmm.
without having to get 100 people into one room.
Yeah. And then Black and White was when it like kicked off even more.
Mm.
But yeah, which I never even like knew of any competitive even at that time until I made my little resurgence.
Until I made my grand return into playing Pokemon Showdown.com.
Well, well, should I get into that whenever we get to that time? What year that would be? I guess so. If we're going
Probably.
in order. But anyways, yeah, I never really knew competitive until later whenever I got back into it. But that whole thing of just like being too old to play Pokemon, it is just like dumb, and it's something I learned later. I was like, I don't really care.
I think 2010 was when I started getting into PC gaming because around that time I when did oh no, it was 2011 because that's when Team Fortress 2 went free and that's one of the first ones that I got into. And then I started getting other Steam games, and then I mean, I was already into it because of Roblox, but that's when I started being like, oh wow, I can play more video games on this and not have to like limit myself to the Nintendo DS, which is
Shit.
all I had, except a PlayStation 2. But I don't remember when my PlayStation 2 disappeared. My mom sold it to somebody because it stopped working because every PS2 that was one of the big boys stopped working because the heat sink was garbage.
Hmm.
But so then I started doing like other video games. Like there's this one, I don't know if you've heard of it, it's called Minecraft.
And how did you discover that? Through
I
browsing the
discovered
internet?
I discovered that through I don't actually remember. I remember watching a Yogscast video and not understanding it because I didn't. It was one of the like middle of the series of Shadow of Israfel, and I didn't like know what was going on in it. And I was like, well, okay, I don't know this game. So then I was thinking back to it, and I'm like, a game made of squares, interesting. So I looked up and I saw David R64 YT. That guy made really good videos about playing Minecraft for the first time, and then I was like, well, I have to get it. And then I got it during 1.6.6 beta
You didn't
1.6.6.
you didn't start through during 1.5? Oh, I know that's a different one, isn't it? Than from
Beta 1.6.6 was the update they added the wild grass and
wow,
smooth lighting
so
and I think
long freaking
other
time ago.
such things. And then 1.7 was when they added pistons, which was
Which is a mod originally, right?
yeah. And I
Which is
remember
kind of
being
cool.
I was being I was that was I think smooth lighting and wild grass were also mods. That was a big thing they were doing at the time. I mean, everyone likes to make fun of them for doing updates that are a little worse than mods. But when you think about it, mods are known for being really unstable, and that's something they just can't do for being a really big video game.
Yeah, I'm glad they
So
did it though, because Pistons were like it's one of the best like
yeah,
things.
Pistons really changed. Like
A lot of
I would say
things.
Pistons was one of the biggest changes before command blocks for making maps feel like really interesting, like adventure maps.
Yeah, command blocks are like the single bet like thing though,
Yeah, command
probably.
blocks basically changed the game into like it's basically its own like programming language in a way. It's a lot more physical in that you have to act. Well, I mean, obviously, it's still a video game, so you're just like moving a mouse and pushing a keyboard, but it definitely feels more like doing electrical work where you have to put things in the right place and consider timing and all that.
Yeah, but it like through that people have been able to make so many more like things.
My
Like
favorite map is still apple pie, not pumpkin pie, which is a puzzle map that takes place in a giant mansion. And it's I just love the mansion, and I always felt so amazed going through it and being like, wow, there's so much here. It's so intricate, and unlocking all the. I'm sorry, this doesn't matter.
I mean, I don't care, doesn't matter.
What's your favorite adventure map?
I don't know. I never really played a lot of venture maps, but I was gonna say that like people literally have made like full games within
Hmm.
like I'm sure you've seen like Pokemon
The
Red.
Yeah, the guy who managed to port it just using basically is it's a giant set of maps, and they're just displaying a giant field that's set up to generate stuff.
Yeah, it's like insane.
It's, I feel like it's gotten to a like I remember Seth Bling was doing stuff
Sapling
with
was crazy.
yeah. I remember when he did basic, and I was like, this is like the pinnacle. They've put another programming language in the game. This is basically the not the pinnacle. It was basically the stepping stone to like we can basically build complete custom languages in Minecraft. And then that's when I checked out of looking at Minecraft creations because I couldn't be surprised by anything anymore. Sorry, Seth Bling, you ruined my life.
Sapling, the ruiner of all things.
Seth, Seth, I know it's you.
Alright, so continuing with the timeline of sorts. So at this time, if we fast forward to, okay, well actually, so probably around this time, sometime I would have started Call of Duty on PC. I'm not PC, sorry, the Wii. Big difference.
Oh heck
Um,
yes,
and
Black Ops for
wow,
Nintendo Wii.
yes. Well, actually, I think the first one I had was Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex, maybe,
That
and then I had Black Ops 1, and then maybe Modern Warfare 3 at some point.
let me
At
tell you,
any rate,
Black Ops
um,
for the Wii was an interesting time in my life
yeah,
because I started not liking it. I remember we were on the field trip. We went to Chattanooga to go to the aquarium, and I told you that I don't care for Call of Duty that much, and you said, "Well, it's probably just because you're not very good at it."
I stand by that statement.
Oh
Dude, I
man,
was a
I
savage
wish we
even
were
back
doing
in
this
the day.
podcast in person so I could give you a pair of shorts to eat.
I don't want any shorts, but thank you.
Eat my shorts is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got it. Wait, is there no
It's
turtle helmet on here?
Is there no turtle helmet in here?
Oh,
What am I
probably
even
because
playing this game?
I think I'm playing on like 1.7. Actually, I don't
Oh,
know what version I'm on. But anyways,
it's probably not 1.7 because we're on version 1.15 now.
well, I'm not playing on the current version. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah, I just updated to
But
that and
anyway,
I'm playing it secretly. It calms me.
so I played that for quite some time. That was like I played Modern Warfare 2 on local play, and that was my first like introduction to Call of Duty. And I played that like a little bit, not much. Then I played on Wii for a lot, and that was like my true and sort of true introduction. And then I got like really good at that, and uh, it finally in 2012, it finally came time for the transition to Black Ops 2.
Oh snap!
And
And it wasn't on Wii.
no, it was on PlayStation 3. And
PlayStation Tray
keep in
Station.
mind,
I'm keeping in mind.
I said just a second ago that I was like really good at Wii. And then I
Saying
got
that
on
I didn't.
PS3, and oh no,
Not paying attention, I
it's a
guess.
it's a different ball game on PS3.
And then you went to PC and started losing horribly
No,
because
no, I never
console
went to
players have no skill.
PC. No, that's not
Oh.
true. Console players are better at Call of Duty than PC players. But anyways, we can
Oh, I
actually
don't believe
prove
you.
it's well. I mean, we're getting the proved with Modern Warfare, like the current game, because it's crossplay. And a bunch of PC players complain about controllers having aim assist, which is funny to begin with. But anyways,
It's actually true though. I'm pretty sure it's a very common thing for controllers to have aim assist, even if you
no,
turn it
they
off.
do. But it's just funny that they would always say that they were superior for so long, and now that we have a cross-play shooter, they complain about our advantage, quote unquote.
Well,
But
that's like saying that I thought I was better at chess, and then we're like, okay, let's play chess, and then you start with 10 more pawns than me.
but mouse and keyboard players have always claimed to have the advantage because of using a mouse and not thumbsticks. But now that they're being shown up, they're complaining that controllers have the advantage. We're getting off topic.
This is a stupid argument.
Anyways, um, yes, Black Ops 2. I was trash at it. Basically hated the game because I hate things I'm bad at naturally. And
Naturally.
but I kept grinding and playing it. And eventually I got decent at it. Then it became probably my favorite game of all time.
See, there's actually a problem with that argument of me not liking Black Ops because I was bad at it. I was playing TF2. I have never been good at TF2. To this day, I am repulsively bad at TF2, and I still like it
You still play TF2?
a little bit every now and then. I last time I played TF2 was one of the first times I heard somebody, or yeah, it was the first time I actually heard somebody say the N word in a video game chat. And I'm like, wow, it finally happened to me.
Oh, it'll happen many more times.
Not, probably not. I don't play that many multiplayer games.
Alright. Um and okay, well, where was I going with that?
Black Ops 2,
Alright, Black Ops 2, yeah. And
favorite game of all
basically
time.
probably maybe the multiplayer basically
For
was
me too, even though I've never played it.
the multiplayer. I still will boast to this day that Black Ops 2 is the most competitive FPS game of all time. I will say that.
What does the most
And I,
competitive mean?
It's like whenever like the most skill goes into it. Basically a most high skilled game. So like
Oh wow, I found a
it's not
dungeon.
it's not like janky and like
Wish
sort
I
of
was
luck
recording,
based.
and I'm dead. I suddenly don't wish I was recording.
And
I think
all the weapons were like the weapon balance was really good. The maps were fantastic. The modes played well.
Nuketown
Well, Newtown
2049 or
wasn't in
whatever.
competitive, but it was in
Why
public
was it
matches
banned?
because it's not a competitive map.
Oh,
Too
that's fair.
small, and they usually don't do DLC maps, like almost never.
Uh, that's fair. I respect that.
Um,
Level the playing field for
but
poor
yeah.
people. Am I right?
But anyways, yeah, the multiplayer was amazing. The zombies was amazing. The campaign was like I'd say pretty good. I wouldn't say it was amazing necessarily. It wasn't like bad by any means. It was like pretty good. That's what I go with.
I've heard people say that Black Ops 2 has the best campaign of all of them.
Yeah, like for some people it is like their favorite campaign.
What's yours?
Which mine will always be Modern Warfare 2. I think Modern
I've
Warfare 2 is
no
it's
Russian.
just well
Would you like
that
to skip
mission
this
is in
mission for
there.
being offensive?
Yeah. Imagine if that game came out today, dude. Which the current Modern Warfare game has a lot of not good stuff similar to that, but it doesn't nothing like that. I still feel like
I do like the part where they made a new game called Modern Warfare in a series that had a game called Modern Warfare.
it's so annoying. I hate it. Like
I know
I
why
know
they do it. It's
that
because they
yeah.
want to be like, this is the new thing, and
Brand
also
recognition.
that too, so people can look it up and be like, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, one of my favorite games from childhood, and then they see the new one and they're like, is this it? And they buy it because they're stupid.
Yeah. And then you already know the next one's gonna be called next game gonna be Black Ops 5. I want like an original title. It's been so long. Well,
It
it's
should
been
be
since World
well,
War II, which is not even really like an original title.
and then before that was Call of Duty
Infinite
Advanced
Warfare.
Warfare or Infinite
Infinite
Warfare.
Warfare, I just still am like meh.
Then there was Ghosts and Advanced Warfare, which were
Yeah,
both
Ghost was sort of an original title, I guess. And Advanced Warfare was a clever play at the time.
because Modern Warfare versus Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
But then it was not very praised by fans and critics alike.
Yeah. Well, people were complaining about like how Call of Duty wasn't the same every year. Like that was, that it's worth about people complaining about that. So that's why that game happened. Which is still not a bad game. But that's when microtransactions like really started to take a foothold in Call of Duty was that game.
A Hoodfold.
hmm And so going back on track, so that began my Call of Duty, my big Call of Duty obsession, and ever since I've been playing it heavily. All right,
It wasn't my turn.
all right. So now you can go ahead and
Um.
tell us a little bit about what's going on with you around this time.
Okay, so I got out of Black Ops, and then I started getting into old games. I started watching more YouTubers that would talk about old games, and I got really into Mario 64, and I still am. I kind of want to live stream Mario 64 because it's really
Yeah.
good. Okay, I will as soon as I get to a house that has internet above the speed limit of a country road. That joke could have been better. Anyway,
Yeah.
Mario 64 is really good. Um, let's see.
I can never get through that game. I don't know why.
Because you're trash.
No, I think I do respect it as being a good game, but I could never just be. I'm just not a single player person, but
Oh, I'm the
generally,
exact opposite. It takes a lot to get me into a multiplayer game. Usually another person.
yeah, I can see that.
Um, Minecraft, I basically always played. This was in late middle school. Was I remember you had a problem with me for a while, and then you realized, oh wait, I only have a problem with him when other people are around. So then we started playing Minecraft. I think I started with Garrett first, actually, because
Yeah,
he
you
got
definitely
Minecraft
did.
before you.
Yeah,
And
I can actually explain how I got into Minecraft if you want, whenever we
sure,
want to get to that, or if you want me to go ahead and explain it. I remember it very vividly, actually.
tell
Um,
me,
I
tell me.
remember, well, I say that and then I struggle to remember details. I don't remember exactly when it was. I want to say it was like the end of the year before we went to, no, maybe it was, I think it was in some PE class that we were
Mm,
in. And we were outside and we were swinging at like the playground
right.
and I was asking you about it.
Hmm.
And
Understand.
then,
I
and
remember.
then
Oh, that was when you got Pocket Edition.
maybe, was it before or after? I, I think it was just what happened after. Like eventually I went to Garrett's house to spend the night. You know, Garrett had been also trying to get me to play it for like a
Hmm.
while and I just wouldn't, me being me. But
Yeah, I know.
anyways,
I'm aware. I'm going to bring up a point at the end of this story that I'm sure you'll appreciate.
okay. But yeah. And I eventually spent the night at his house and he had it on his Xbox and was playing it. And it was like late one night
You can play
and I was
video games on the Xbox?
yeah.
Oh,
And
dude,
really
new
cool.
feature.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
It really is an all-in-one system.
Yeah, something like that. All in one failure. But anyways,
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I don't even care. But he was
maybe.
playing it and I was watching him play it. And then I wanted to play it and it's a really enriching story.
And then I wanted to play it. I played it. I was like, wow, I'm playing it. And he
No,
was like, yeah.
I played it and like I've never been like so hooked on something like
Except for
that quick. Except
morphine addiction.
except for PCP, but we'll get on to that later.
That was in seventh grade. We're not quite there yet.
Um, well, actually, this is after seventh grade, more than likely.
I was making a joke. Don't
Okay. All right.
ruin
Cool.
my life.
All right. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. Cool.
All right.
Anyways, yeah. After that is when I think I did get Pocket Edition after that. All right. So go ahead with what you had to say.
What I was gonna say was, you know that thing where you really didn't want to play Minecraft and people were trying to get you into Minecraft, and then you saw
Yeah.
Minecraft and you're like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you know that time that people tried to get you in Terraria,
I
and you were
knew
like,
this was gonna be
no.
sad.
It had to be brought up. Garrett and I have tried several times over the years to get Ethan in Terraria,
Well,
and
not
he's
in a
always
long
said
time,
no
but
on the principle of he wants to say no to things.
I like saying no. What can I say?
No.
I like what I'm. Look, I'm a very comfort zone person, and I don't like deviating from the things I like, just the way it is.
I hate trying new things.
Yeah, honestly,
Everything should be exactly the same forever. I will eat spaghetti every day for the
I
rest
don't
of my.
like change really.
I don't like change either. We should get rid of it, and instead we should just
Destroy it.
use. Yeah, we should just
It's
use
too powerful to be kept
whole-
alive.
yeah,
So
we should just use whole dollar bills instead of change.
he's too dangerous to be kept alive. All right.
Dangerous.
I remember
That's when I
I
started getting into
eventually
voice acting, even though I'm no good at
got
it. And
into voice acting. I don't
you know
remember
how I
that.
do dumb voices? That's what I mean by
Yeah.
getting
Oh,
into.
I know.
Yeah, I know, including this one, which is just how I sound normally. It's my dumbest voice.
Man, you have a like really
I used to.
prepubescent voice.
I really hate how I used to sound. I sound exactly like I do now, except it was higher pitched.
I
That's
mean, you sound a pretty good bit different now.
I genuinely don't remember what you used to sound like, and I'm
You,
glad for
I
it.
mean, that's what we got my videos for.
I would rather not.
Hey, they're not that bad.
We'll talk after the
Alright,
podcast.
I
But
remember like my first time playing Minecraft on PC. I was at
on
my
PCP,
grandparents' house, not PCP. Um, I remember my first time playing Minecraft on PCP. Some would say I've never been the same since. But anyways,
I say they're
um,
wrong. I've been exactly the same. I just do more PCP.
I was at my grandparents' house and I downloaded the demo on their computer. And I remember playing what? Well, never mind. I'll get to that
Was
in a
that the
second.
PC gamer demo?
I don't know. It was
Oh.
just a free demo that Minecraft had on their website. But I remember playing it and like I had no idea what I was doing, so I just kind of pitter pattering around. And then it got to nighttime. I started freaking out, and I was on like a beach, and I built like I did the ultimate Minecraft noob thing, which is to build like a little,
Build a tower.
no, build like a
Oh,
little box
build a box around yourself and
with
wait
no
for 10 minutes.
roof. And of course, I was sitting in there and a spider like climbed over the wall and came in there and and just killed me.
Oh my god, that's always the worst is when you just build walls because you don't know what to do. This bonus chest is floating in midair. That's so video. Oh yeah, I died and I couldn't find my stuff, so I made a new world.
But yeah, that was
That was my
introduction.
Minecraft addiction story.
That was my introduction.
Um, what was I going to say after that? I had another thing that I was going to go into. Not about Minecraft, I don't think. I was getting into PC games and old video games. Oh yeah, we started playing Minecraft together, and I was
Mhm.
hosting the world for a long time.
Gosh, that one
That one
creative
world
world.
was so beautiful. It
I wish
had
we
so
still
much in
had
it.
it.
You're
You don't
enchanting.
have it, do you?
I don't. It's on an old computer where the hard drive isn't accessible anymore.
So it's like
Actually,
completely impossible to get,
I
or like
believe that hard drive was just wiped full on at one point by me because I'm stupid. But that world was great because we would basically every idea we had we would put in. We had we had a weird racetrack thing. I had the idea for a PvP game where you could pick a kit, which eventually became kit PvP, which was even better.
hmm
ID scanner, which is probably the greatest thing ever created, and I genuinely ID scanner would be great as its own video game or as like a full-on game mode in
Yeah.
something. Dude, I spawned next to a desert well. These are so rare and useless.
Was that in that original server though
That was
that was
the first
created?
version of it. And then once we
Hmm.
moved to Garrett server, we made a
Optimized it,
we
basically.
made it good.
Yeah, made it like it's very automatic and whatnot.
To explain for those that don't know, ID scanner is a game mode in which your inventory gets filled with completely random items and you have to try to
Most of which are not like immediately useful.
yeah, like you'll get a bunch of diamonds, but you won't spawn with wood. And basically, you're just in like a what 100 by 100 arena, and
Yeah, something like that.
there are several options for not dying. The my choice was always build to the top of the walls and then try to go along the outside.
Yeah,
But if you
that's
fall,
usually the
you
strat.
lose. Um, if you spawn with wood, you're basically in business because you can give yourself an actual weapon. You'll sometimes spawn with a fishing rod, which is always the worst
Yeah,
because you could be
and
kept at distance.
snowballs.
And snowballs also, you could be kicked off of ledges. Oh
Yeah,
man.
because what people would do is usually just go up top, especially if they didn't have anything good. That's
hmm
like the
That's the
beauty of the game mode is that
oh yeah, if
um
you spawn with like emerald blocks and you could make walls around yourself that no one could break through
yeah,
until some
unless somebody makes a pickaxe.
that was the best part of it is killing other people and taking their items and suddenly your options get real deadly.
Yeah. But yeah, like the beauty of that game mode is that like it's a PvP game, but you have to use like very off the wall things, especially if you don't get anything good. Like if you get sometimes your best weapon may be literally going up top and dropping anvils on somebody. Or dropping sand on somebody whenever they're
I
climbing up.
love the anvils and sand were always the best when someone builds walls around themselves because they need to craft something and they don't want to be attacked and they just building something and they hear dong. They immediately realize they didn't build a roof.
Yeah, it was like the
Uh,
ultimate game of sort of testing your Minecraft knowledge and also like testing your sort of creativity and fighting.
it's like part skill, part speed, spark creativity.
Ingenuity. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah, there's a few videos on my channel from back in the day.
Mineplex will be offering
Mineplex.
this up. We'll be sending an email to your stockholders pretty soon.
What if I did get on there and it was like on there but like ripped off? I wouldn't be mad honestly. Like feels like it was rip off enough I could tell they like ripped it off of me somehow. I'd be like,
It's
all right.
it's called item displayer.
Yeah. What was I gonna
Oh
say?
man. Oh
I forgot
jeez, good
I forgot my
memories.
train of thought.
Kit PvP was also pretty good.
Yeah, there's like 30 classes on that thing. I would
There
like to go
was
back on that world. I'm trying to get Garrett
Garrett needs to
to hook
just
me
give it
up
to us.
with that.
Garrett just needs to give it to us, and then
Well, he said
all his videos.
he said he had it on his computer. A long time ago I was telling him that he should back it up, but I don't think he ever did. I was talked to him about this recently, and he said it's on his hard drive. He's pretty sure, but that computer like doesn't work anymore. So basically we'll have to put
Just
that
give it
hard
to me,
drive to
boy.
another computer. Hey, if you want to take it and get the world off there,
I
go
can
for it.
probably do that. If it's SATA, I can do that. If it's PETA, it will be difficult, but I can probably do it at some point.
Well, definitely, we need to hit him up about that. We need to, like, all three have possession of that world so it
Yeah,
never gets
we need to
lost.
we need to back that up, and then we
Hmm.
need to update it, and then keep playing on it.
Hey, I'd be down, because that world is there's just a bunch of random stuff, like, just genuinely, like, just random creations on that
What
world.
else was on that world? There was
Uh,
what was that weird? What was that game mode where it was like a floating city and that had the railway going around the outside of it and it had the dome in the middle?
oh, yeah, the big, like,
Was that another
rectangular
ID
thing.
scanner map?
That one was for, it was for kit PvP as well, but it was supposed to be like a big map.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could also do hide and seek maybe. There's some other game mode it could do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was like the big map. I made a few maps for kit PvP, like the skate park. I made a few
Oh,
IDs on
dude,
that too.
Escape Park was so good.
Yeah, I like that map. That's
It's
my favorite.
actually ID scanner might be really easy to make now because
Oh,
they
it's
have
super easy.
clone commands.
I made
So
a,
you don't
I
even have to
actually,
do the copying.
I actually just made it on console like last week, like
Ooh, nice.
because well, it's just Bedrock Edition now, and
Mhm.
I made it to where you can use like the fill air command. Me and Logan were actually working on it, and so now we have it where like whenever you press the start game button, it'll fill like the entire arena with air, so that it'll remove all the blocks,
Nice.
and it'll
Well, I mean,
click.
you could do the clone command so that you could actually have an arena that has a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah,
I would love to do ID scanner on really complex maps like the skate park.
that is kind of the problem with that though. You do an ID scanner on complex maps is you get into trouble with like what you can and can't destroy. But
Mm.
maybe you should just people destroy everything. I don't know. Except for
Let
the
it rip.
wall.
That's true. The original ID scanner map just had like a hill and a
Simple
pipe on it.
blocks, yeah.
Mm. And the, the buttons that we had say things.
Oh gosh, some
I'm ready.
bad
I'm not
things.
ready. Why did we have one that said I'm not ready?
I don't know. We just had like a ton of buttons just for saying random
Because we'd
things.
always be in voice chat, so there's no reason for us to even have it.
I have no
Other...
idea why we had ready buttons, but we did.
Oh man, so ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember. You remember my Sky stables on your original server?
Oh dude, the Sky Stable, because that was
Which
right in full release 1. What was it?
seven,
1.6,
six, seven,
7 or 6, where they added horses, and
Actually,
we
I think it
were.
was five.
It might have been, and we were immediately like, we
Built some
gotta do this.
stables.
We gotta use the horses. And we were as that the day it came out, we were live figuring out how to play with the horses.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
amazing.
that that one was the birth of two legendary icons, Big Hoss the donkey,
Big us.
and as
Uh,
well as Rob Dauber, the villager.
I forgot about Rob Dauber.
I have a picture. I don't know if I have it on this computer. I still have a picture I drew of like what Rob Dauber would look like.
Rob Dauber.
He's a villager. Certificate.
Dude, I hate that they're not called testificates anymore.
Oh, they're not?
Well, they're just called villagers now.
Well, certificate was always just like a loose name, like a
Well, that was because when they were first put in, they just had testificate over their head because they didn't know if they were gonna put names on them or not. And
Okay,
testificate, it was because it was the word test, but
okay.
some lengthened version.
So certificate's not even a name that people know anymore, huh?
I mean, I will personally call them testificates until the end of time.
So I wonder if someone called like I wonder if you said that in like a new Minecraft player, like I guess they
Would
probably
anyone know
wouldn't
what you're
know.
talking about?
I guess a new player wouldn't.
I'm I'm so sad about the loss of testificate.
No, it'll
Put an
always
F
be
in
in our
chat. Here,
memories.
I'll put an F in chat right now. I did it.
It'll always be in our memories. So I guess we should
What
get
did we do
into.
after the
I guess we
server?
should get into the content creation side of things.
True, we did do that. I remember the exact story of mine, which was in eighth grade. I've told this story before. I was in a call with Garrett. I was playing Half-Life and I was talking really fast because I was really tired. And he said that he was like enjoying it and he was like, "Oh, I have to go. You should record this and make a video of it though." And then I did, and that was a mistake generally because then I, had a channel and I was called HTB Gamer for some reason.
For the mysterious reason that no one could ever
No
find
one
out what
knows.
HTP
No
stood
one will
for.
know unless they look at the video on my channel where I say why it was called that.
How to play gamer. That's what the predominant theory was.
The predominant theory, which is the truth that was true. The truth that was true. Coming soon on BBC.
Yeah. So I was pretty serious about like YouTube. Not even necessarily like the idea of making money or anything like that. Just
Just
because
enjoy
I
it.
enjoyed it a lot. Like that's one of my most proud things was my sort of commitment to Minecraft YouTube. It's one of my most fun times.
You made survival games and you did
A lot of survival games
survival
videos.
games was the jam.
A lot of survival games videos on none other than rest in peace the Woody Craft server.
That's actually interesting because I whenever you would do it with me, we always went to Mineplex.
No, well, Minecraft Mineplex was later. Like for like you can go look on a lot of my videos. Like it was Mineplex and typically on Volcano because that map was always picked. It's like just
I
the best map.
Volcano was pretty good. I do like the video in which I die instantly from
Probably
walking into
all
the
of
lava.
them.
That happens at least once every game, surely.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I was very serious about that and did that a lot. And uploaded a lot of Minecraft videos.
And some of them are watchable.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
the
maybe.
most iconic definitely being
Same
Same
Love by
Love by
Macklemore.
Macklemore. That video still holds up so well.
That's I
The legendary video.
remember a while ago when we were playing survival games and you were watching a video of yours like in between games and I suddenly heard, "Yeah, I hate Magic. Screw you, Braden." Because I was playing Magic the Gathering at the time. God, that was a mistake. I hate Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, it do be like that sometimes.
I don't hate it, except I do. It costs money and I don't like the idea
It's one of
of.
those games that's like you to bleed money out of you basically.
Oh, absolutely. It's by design. They keep adding new features that are much more powerful than the previous editions, and your best option is just to buy new cards all the time.
Yeah, there's like bad power creep, isn't there?
Absolutely. There's like, if you were to play with a deck from the really old days, you could still have fun. There is a very small chance you will win. Also, there's like Myrrh, I believe it's called. I don't I don't completely remember. It's basically a type of thing that I'll call him out. Kevin from high school. He he basically had enough money that he could get a full set of those cards, and if you have the right setup of those cards, you become unbeatable.
Hmm.
There is a slim to none chance you will be beaten, and of course he would play against me because I was a little baby, and he liked winning. Oh man, what fun times I didn't have. I'm really glad I stopped playing that.
kind of sad. Pokemon kind of has a problem with power creep, like the games, because like Pokemon from Gen 1, just
Hmm.
a lot of them just can't even compete.
I feel like that's got to be a very difficult thing to go
Uh,
against,
yeah,
but
for
also
sure.
like you surely need to like if Alakazam is ever a bad Pokemon, then they're just making the game wrong.
I mean, it's like good, but it's not like in the main like competitive tier. It's not used, which is sad. But
That's the
for the longest time, for like uh, when did it? I think maybe seventh gym was when it first wasn't. But for like every generation, Gengar was like the only Pokemon that was in like the main competitive tier, like of
Gengar
usage.
is just the greatest Pokemon in general, in my opinion.
It is, and they did like I think it was a Reddit poll of like um the most popular, like people's favorite Pokemon, and number
Ironically, eighth grade
one.
was
I'll go
also when
ahead.
I started getting into Reddit.
I've never gotten into Reddit. I don't know
It's for
why,
the better. It's terrible.
but yeah, the number one most popular was Charizard, unsurprisingly.
Oh.
And number two was Gengar, which actually did surprise me. That was number two.
Hmm. That's interesting. Well, that means I can't like Gengar because he's popular.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, power creep. But yeah,
I'm
um,
power creeped out.
I mean it's kind of their fault whenever they make Pokemon that just have insanely absurd stats that like
Yeah.
it don't make sense. Which they try to give old Pokemon buffs from time to time, but still,
Hmm.
that's
I
kind
mean,
of what Nega's did.
it's also got to be difficult to try to make a new Pokemon that isn't just more of the same.
Yeah,
Just in terms of just like having types and stats means that there's can be a lot of difference with like two groups of the same stats. But it's still got to be like very difficult to come up with a new Pokemon that isn't too similar to old ones.
yeah, and they want them to be good as well, so that they don't just not get used.
Pachirisu.
It's funny
I
actually, Pachirisu, I forgot what generation. I think it was a recent,
fourth.
like 6 or 7. No, but there was one guy, I think he was Japanese, who used him in like the main like tournament that Pokemon actually supports, like
Hmm.
which is doubles. There's a guy that used that on his team and like was like famous
Lost
for using
horribly.
it. No, he won. Like
Oh,
I think he became the champion, like a
the
world
Pokemon
champion.
champion.
Yeah.
Wow,
You
that's
should
got to
look
be
into it
wild.
actually. It's pretty interesting. Like to use such an obscure, like bad Pokemon and use it well nonetheless.
Well, I meant more. It's got to be wild to be an actual like Pokemon champion in real
Oh,
life.
it'd be great. But I hate the format they support, so I'll never try to do it probably.
But
They support doubles for some reason.
I'd love to be a Pokemon champion. It's just I hate Pokemon and playing it, and
Hmm.
I hate looking at them. I can't stand it. They make me sick.
Alright, so getting back on track.
Right.
Um, so Minecraft content creation happened for a while.
I was
And
never Minecraft. I made one Minecraft video and it's gone now. That's a lie. I made two
you made
Minecraft videos.
I thought you made a few actually, but I guess
I
not.
I appeared in several of Garrett's videos.
Well, yeah, Minecraft told.
Well, I mean back when he made actual like gameplay videos,
Oh,
which those are all gone now too because Garrett is ashamed of himself.
yeah, I don't know why he does that.
I would understand unlisting them because I've done that with several of them. I think that if you really don't want people to see them, you should just unlist them and just say, "Hey, don't like
He
spread
did
this
that with
link
the
around." Whatever.
brackets, I think.
I I wouldn't know because I haven't tried to look at those because those are terrible and I hate them.
And they were a pretty big thing at the time.
I did edit one of them.
I was in one of them. Redneck Town Meeting 3.
Nice.
Um,
And I mean, there's Pawn
Pawn
Stars,
Stars.
Pawn Stars on your channel, which is
That's like the
basically
first
just a
video
Frackets, basically just a Frackets video.
at
Let's be
Jeremiah's
honest.
house.
Nice. I've been to his house one time. You
Yeah,
tried
and you
to
almost stabbed
you
him.
Yeah, no, that was at my house actually.
Oh, was it?
At his house was the time that you balanced a bottle of water on my head,
Yeah,
or a glass of water
not a good idea.
while I was asleep. Yeah, I was wondering. I was asleep, and you put a
Yeah.
glass of water on my head, and
Well,
and I
actually,
woke up
I was
instantly.
trying to do like a prank and just set it on you. I don't know what the
Mhm.
end goal was exactly, but
The end goal was I would wake up and spill it, and I did
yeah.
within 1 second.
Well, I spilled it on you, I think, just straight up, and not even in like a prank way, so it wasn't even.
And then you went inside and jumped on the trampoline while Jeremiah's mom toweled me. That sounds weird. She rubbed a towel all over my
No.
glistening wet body.
Alright, well, anyways, content creation was steady for some time. Then it
Maybe
eventually
for you.
sort of went away.
Mine was just my Sony Vegas copy broke because I didn't realize it was a pirated copy because it was on my dad's computer. But I tried to update it and it broke the piracy on it. So then I couldn't make videos until I got a new copy of Sony Vegas, and then I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to do that right now. And
I
then
don't
I
know.
didn't for like months.
I guess I just got tired of it or something, but I just
It's called
stopped.
burnout, creativity burnout.
And yeah, I just sort of quit doing it. And I got a PS4, and then like my main place for gaming was PS4. Like that's all I played on. Well, and
You're,
DS.
why didn't you just make DS videos, huh?
Oh, I did a long time ago.
Oh, I do remember that. Agent Blaze goes to church.
I should go back and play that.
You
Buy
should
that
go, you should go
that
back and
same
make a new
Sims
series.
game. I should
You
make a new Sims game with Agent Blaze.
make a video series about him where he goes to church because he's a good little Christian boy, but is also a secret agent.
Alright, so and yeah, so I played a bunch of PlayStation and got like even more into Call of Duty, I guess, playing it sort of competitively. And uh, we
I fell in.
graduated.
I fell in with a bad group of friends during high school, so that's
Yeah,
good. What do you mean? Yeah, you were one of them.
no, I mean, I don't know.
No,
High school went by really fast,
it kind of did. I'm.
especially
I wish
senior
it.
year. Senior
I
year was
wish it
kind of a
went by
joke.
faster, in my opinion, just because I realized at the end of high school, basically most of the problems in my life came from my group of friends who I didn't like that much, but I thought were all I had.
Yeah,
They were all I had. It's just that it's better to have nothing in that case.
maybe, I don't know. I mean, you're
Ooh,
past it now, so
true. And now I'm talking to you again.
yikes. Yeah, you gotta fix that.
Big yikes. Okay, I'm leaving the call now.
Alright, so that'll be the end of the podcast. No, I'm just
What
kidding.
what happened? We graduated. I went to a big city college, and you went to Podunk Nowhere Community College.
Yeah. And
Um,
whenever people always get disappointed whenever I tell them that no, I'm not going to university. I'm just going to community college to get a 2-year IT degree.
because you started out in one thing, and then you changed majors, which is a thing that people do.
I think a lot of people do. But it's the path I've chosen for myself. And I will own it.
Own it. Get owned.
And now here we are. On
Here
and
we are,
off. I'm
on and
on and
off
off making
podcasters.
YouTube videos. Whenever I feel like it.
I don't feel like it normally.
I don't either.
That's kind of a lie. I have ideas that I want to do, and it's just I never get around to it because I'm always so freaking busy all the time.
That's what I learned about myself is that I'm an idea person and not like a
Yeah.
doing person. Like I make the ideas, but I never go through with them.
And the problem with that is that companies don't hire idea guys. So
Yeah, not really, no.
I just get to sit around and write down like, wouldn't it be fun to make a video about Left 4 Dead? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
it
I have
would.
tons of ideas
You
for
want to
stuff
do it?
that I can
I sure
do.
don't.
And it's like the podcast, like it was an idea I had, but
Mhm.
I'm really bad at going through with things.
I feel like there's also a kind of guilt in my case where I feel like if I start an idea, at some point I'll start feeling like I'm not doing good enough, so then I'll stop.
I can see that.
Because
Yeah.
I'm self-critical, a little baby. Why?
I'm very self-critical as well. I think that's good
Prove
to a
it.
certain point. I'm an idiot.
Oh, well, I self-critical means you're like thinking something deep, not like stating something
I
really
know.
obvious that everyone knows.
Okay.
Okay. Heyo.
Wait, can I put a plug in for like during the 2000s when I started watching the greatest show of all time, Naruto? Can I throw that in there? I'm
I
throwing
think
it
you
in.
should
I
put
just
it
threw
in
it
as
in
a
there.
regret.
My favorite show of all time.
Nice. My favorite show
Impacted
is MASH, and that has not changed in the past 20 years.
Naruto impacted my ideology on things. Not like in a big way, just like
Made you start talking about anime.
made me think about a lot of things. Cause that show kind of in a way is well, it's about a lot of things, but mental health I guess would be one of them.
Anime fans are disgusting.
I'm not really an anime stan. It's like the only anime I watch.
Anime stan?
Is that what you said?
I said fan.
Oh, okay.
God, I don't like the word stan. It's
We
like
don't we
fan,
don't
except you.
stan the word stan in this household.
It's like fan, except you like Eminem, I guess. That song is really good. It's just you shouldn't. It shouldn't be a thing you apply to yourself. That'd be like saying I'm like the guy in the song. Shoot, I don't remember what the song's called. The one about the rapist by Stone Temple Pilots.
I have
I'm
no
like
idea what
that
you're
guy.
talking about.
I know you want what's on my mind. That one.
I think I do. Couldn't tell you what the title of it was though. Um.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah,
I feel like
one thought I had. I think about this from time to time, and I think it's crazy. So me especially because I was born in 1999, but
mhm,
um, so we're like not only were we born on the turn of a century, right?
mhm,
We were born on the turn of a millennium. You
mhm.
know how like
See?
people, I never hear anyone else talking about how like crazy that is. I think that's
We are.
wild.
Well, I mean, it'd be weirder if nobody was born in 1999 and 1998.
I know, but it's just like I know this is sort of a dumb thing to say, but that won't happen again for another 1,000 years.
True.
And the world goes through so much change in 1,000 years. Like,
Honestly, the world is going to go through a lot of change a lot faster, just
oh yeah,
because if someone wanted to declare war over 100 years ago, they would have to send a letter, and it would take a long time. And now you can declare a war by sending a message on Twitter, basically.
yeah,
That has not happened yet, thankfully, but we're working on it.
yeah. Like we've
That
advanced
presidential alert thing.
more. We've advanced more in like past 150, 200 years than like I would dare to say civilization has
Yeah,
in the past like
that's
2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years, however many.
I'd say just the past 50 years have been the fastest growth of technology and progression in history because
Yeah,
it took such a long time to progress like to the industrial revolution, and we're basically
yeah.
just
The
going through
Industrial
another one.
Revolution was key.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I mean, it really was. It progressed
You know what I
things
think? You
quicker.
want to hear politics talk
Sure.
a little bit? Um, I think the Industrial Revolution is happening or is going to happen again, except instead of doing like Eli Whitney made the cotton gin, which replaced a job with a different job, we're going to replace employees instead of jobs. We're going to automate as much as possible because it saves money, and that's going to cause very large ramifications for the whole economy and all of society.
Yeah, I think there will. I think there will always be jobs that humans can do though. With like introduction of new technology, like whenever new technology comes out and it replaces jobs that humans had, that with that new technology comes other new jobs that is required of them.
Well, there's a difference, which is that say when like the job calculator was replaced with an actual calculator. Somebody still has to use it, but the whole point of automating a job is so that no one has to do it. You just have to have one person can watch over several of them, and that's not transferable. Because like I'm gonna slow myself down after this so that this doesn't become like a NPR or whatever. But say like automated cars, even if new jobs are opened up by replacing the millions of truck drivers. Okay, sorry, I'll stop.
Wait, what?
You you sighed. I thought you were telling
Oh
me to be
no.
quiet.
No.
Oh, you were just sighing for fun.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll keep going. Say every truck driver and taxi driver is replaced by a car, and and thousands of jobs are opened up maintaining the cars. That's not really transferable because taxi drivers and truck drivers will need a lot of education if they were to be able to transition to that new job.
I don't know. I
And to
think.
think about. I did a persuasive speech on it during my public speaking class, so that's why it's on my mind.
Yeah. Who knows?
No one knows. That's the problem.
I just think that for one, um, I mean, there's tons and tons of just um multiple times over world-ending bomb just sitting around, and one
That
of
is
those could
also a
just go
issue.
off at any point. Not even in like someone shooting it, but
Mm.
one could just go off and the world just ends.
That's why it's also fun to think about apocalypse scenarios. What's your apocalypse plan?
I don't know. I mean, it kind of depends on what kind of apocalypse it is. Because if it's like a nuke hitting America, I mean, there's no plan.
Yeah,
It's sort of
let's
death.
just let's assume it's one of the ones where
Zombies.
yeah, it's something like that where it's something that affects a lot of people and society is definitely going to collapse in a major way. And also a lot of people are going to die, but let's assume that you're safe from it. This is
I
something I like to talk about.
might have to kill some
Uh,
people. We might have to save this one for another one because
all right. We'll
we're
just record a
already.
second one right after this immediately.
Yeah, because we're already at a lot of time anyways.
All right.
But
I
yeah, I
gotta.
just thought that was crazy that like we are born on the turn of a
Hmm. Life has
millennium.
changed a lot in the past 20 years.
Hmm.
We have like cell phones now, and it's like you can make a phone call like
I
from your
kind of
pocket.
I kind of think that we'll have one day like
Cell phone too.
internet chips in our brain of sorts.
I think that elective surgery like that is going to be very rare, personally.
Well, I
But
do
you know what
think we're
is?
gonna have like a lot of video games, futuristic video games show that I think we will have like modification to our body at like a large scale and like prosthetics that
Well, I mean,
enhance our abilities and stuff like that.
futuristic video games also show that we're going to be able to have jetpacks, and
Well, that's
that's not
coming.
happening. That's not happening anytime soon, though. It's
It's getting there.
big problems with jetpacks at the
Well,
moment.
power supply, but it'll
Yeah.
it'll get here soon though. It won't
No
happen.
fire jetpacks, by the way. No way that can happen unless you don't want to ever bend your legs backwards or else lose them instantly.
Yeah.
Water jetpacks, though, those are cool.
All right. So I guess we sort of went through everything, more or less.
Yeah, probably. We covered the entire decade.
I
That's all that
think
happened was our lives.
so. I guess we can just to this would be kind of cool to look back in the future. So
Mhm.
for a last little bit, we can, which we kind of already did this, but make some predictions for the next decade.
I think we're going to stop using paper money.
Really?
I think we are going to shift to an entirely digital system, and I think that debit cards are going to be the primary form of business unless something like Apple Pay starts taking off more.
I've thought about how great that switching to fully digital would be, but the problem with that is that the the I guess rural
Hmm.
populace is so like behind that it would cause so many problems with switching to fully digital because they'd be so behind and wouldn't have the
I mean,
ability to.
I mean, we're pretty rural, and I've never. Well,
There's
I
a
have.
lot of people that just still only do cash and don't do like
Yeah, but
digital.
people aren't the ones that matter because they don't have as much money. It's about business, and it takes a lot of takes manpower to count up that money and take it to the bank. It would be much easier if they could just make it all digital.
Yeah, I mean
Got to think
it
about
could
scale,
happen.
brother. Brother.
I don't think it'll happen for a long time. I don't know if it'll. I don't think it'll ever be like completely non-physical.
I think there is the issue of even if we shift like 90% to digital money, I think there could be an issue with inflation where because there's the joke about if a government's running out of money, it prints more money, and that's a self-defeating idea because that would cause massive inflation.
Hmm.
What happens when they print less and less money? Is that going to cause deflation? Will the economy destabilize if like somebody steals a bunch of money and it's not actually worth anything?
I don't know.
Well, I don't mean
If
literally
money
like
is fully
what.
digital, does that mean it's? I guess it doesn't mean it's completely valueless, does it though? Because
It's
like
I mean
I'm thinking about video games.
money is already valueless in terms of the materials. It's
Well,
all the
yeah,
value is
how
completely
we,
just
yeah,
agreed upon. So I guess it would be the same for digital, especially
maybe
because we
so,
already make so many digital payments.
maybe so. I just know my predictions for not necessarily in the next 10 years, but like one of my predictions just in general is that once um self-driving cars become like really good and commonplace, I think that manually driving them is going to be illegal
I can see that.
just to reduce human error and whatnot.
Um, that's
Which,
the thing about self-driving cars is they don't have to be perfect. They just have to be better than people because people are really bad at driving.
oh yeah,
We just have to get to a point where a government can say people are so dangerous that it's better to trust this mostly good AI. And there's a lot of people that are like, no, no, that can't happen because what about the ethical choice that the machine has to make, whether to hit somebody or not, or like if it has to choose between hitting two people, how would it decide? There's already enough machines that kill people without making a decision about it that I don't think it would be a problem.
maybe what will happen is it won't be illegal, but like it'll be a lot more uncommon and it'll be more strenuous like
Yeah,
testing to get a license and you might even have to like pay for it.
I can imagine. Well, you already have to pay for a license
Well,
and for
yeah.
insurance, actually.
Oh yeah, I guess.
That's actually another good point. Is insurance will probably go up a ton if you're manually driving
Yeah.
because insurance loves the idea of a person being in a car that will never have an accident, but the person's still paying for it.
Hmm.
It would probably be super illegal to drive without insurance if you have a self-driving car because the insurance companies would really like it, and also because it would be extremely it would be super difficult to have a lawsuit where there was an accident by a car, but the person wasn't behind the wheel. That would be a nightmare, and insurance companies can afford lawyers, but the average person cannot.
Yeah.
That'll I hope that happens. That'd be a good. I don't hope I'm not hoping somebody gets hit by a car. I hope that that question gets asked before it has to be asked about what happens when a car inevitably kills someone. Actually, you know what? That's
I
already
mean, it
happened.
happens all the time. We just sort of accept that that's a
Yeah,
product of us
did.
using them, and we just
It
accept it.
already did happen where Uber had a self-driving car that hit and killed somebody because it had safety features disabled, and I don't even think they were punished for it, or like they were just fined. Which, so I wonder what that's going to happen when it's just an average person driving a commercially bought self-driving car.
I don't know. But
Somebody's life has to have punished. You'd think.
another prediction, I think possibly in the next 10 years, esports will take over regular sports.
Hmm,
I'm very
that's
confident it
interesting.
will happen eventually. But whether in the next 10 years, I think it's possible. I think it will become the most profitable industry in our country.
Now, I
And
don't believe. What is the most profitable industry right now? Because
I
the
have no
entertainment
idea.
industry. If
Probably
it's not the
entertainment.
entertainment industry, then esports will never take it over because people like to buy stuff more than they like
Well,
to
I
watch
guess.
stuff.
Well, actually, would video games be under the entertainment industry?
I'd say so.
Well, I already know that Pokemon is the most uh, profitable media franchise of all time, which is actually pretty crazy. It's above Marvel, Disney, everything, and it's a video
True.
game. Well,
Well, it's because
it's a
Pokemon covers so many things. It
yeah.
has the
Pokemon is a
TV
lot of
show, the
things.
cards, the games, the several different series of games. Plus, it's been around for. It's been. Well, I guess that doesn't apply because Marvel has been around for so long. But
Hmm.
it crosses mediums is the big thing.
Yeah. Well, I do think esports will certainly take over regular sports one day. Whenever this generation above ours dies out, I think it'll definitely
Mhm.
take over because gaming is so ubiquitous with our generation that like there's no way it doesn't. And there's lots of other reasons with like cost and like safety that it's just
True.
better.
It's much more cost efficient and it's
Doesn't really
true.
put the
Esports has got
player
to
at
be just all profit because there is almost no overhead to just running a computer on a
hmm
stage. You just have to have setup and then just I don't know, pay the people that worked there.
Yeah, I think there's too much going for esports that it doesn't overtake sports eventually. But
I
um
forgot the biggest reason that Pokemon is the most profitable one is because the plushes, because they got to make a ton of money off that.
well, you can actually see what their sales come on. You can look at it on Wikipedia. It'll say where
Huh.
most of their sales come from, and it's not from
Oh, it's not.
the games. It's I think actually most of it is from like TV entertainment and whatnot, movies and whatnot.
Most profitable franchises. Thanks, Wikipedia. Not like business franchises. I mean like
Media
media.
franchises.
Come on. Don't let me down, Google. I think Google is going to try to take a government presence in some way.
I can see that.
I think that Disney is going to try to purchase DC as well.
I think the government will crack down on Disney.
Oh yeah, their licensed merchandise for Pokemon was $64 billion.
Isn't like
That's
TV
that's
entertainment their biggest portion though?
home entertainment
Yeah.
was only 863 million. It
Oh, okay,
was
so it was
much lower.
merchandise
Video games, card games, box office was pretty high. I'm guessing most of that comes from Detective Pikachu.
and other various movies,
Yeah. I think Detective
animated
Pikachu
movies.
was probably got to be their most famous though because it was
Probably.
bigger. I think it was bigger than their recent just 2D animated ones and movies just make way more money now than they used to. I guess that's inflation, but you know. Hello Kitty is the second most popular
Which is
franchise.
nonsense to me.
Well, it's because Hello Kitty is massive in Asia. Winnie the Pooh is the third most popular, which is actually really surprising, but 76 billion for Winnie the Pooh from retail, which that's very broad. I don't know if that includes merchandise or not. Yeah, it looks like 90% of almost every company here, the biggest is retail or is merchandise, except for Mario. The biggest for Mario is video games, and the biggest
Mm.
for Jump Comics is comics because Jump makes comics.
Yeah, Shonen Jump
Yeah.
manga.
Which to be fair, they're big just because they uh they license so much stuff.
Yeah.
Harry Potter's biggest is box office, which is kind of surprising to me actually,
You
but I guess
think?
I guess it's just because there were so many movies.
I
Hmm.
wonder if we'll have a. See, I feel like one day we're gonna have a civil war, just because of how, like another one, just because of how clashed and like divided our two political sides are.
Do
I
you
can see
think it's
another one
going to
happen.
be like the first one where it's about a specific thing?
I don't know. It may come down to that. You may. This is kind of cliche in like the churches,
Hmm.
but it could be on banning Christianity. if that ever
I
happens down
I
the road.
100% guarantee we will never ban a religion,
Maybe, I don't know.
or barring some
I
like
don't.
real
I can see it
massive
not.
change. I don't believe that there's going to be. Christianity is the biggest religion in
In the
America
world.
and in the West. There is no way it's going anywhere anytime soon.
Probably not. But I can definitely see us having a civil war over something.
I
Over
think
the
we will
two.
have a civil war about uh hmm, banning pornography.
I don't think that'll ever get banned.
True. I mean that it sort of happened in Britain where there was a they instituted an opt-in, or wait, I think they just talked about it, about instituting an opt-in uh not safe, I don't know, remember what the term was, inappropriate content ban, where if you tried to look up something inappropriate, it would block you and you had to send in like a special thing to get it unblocked, which is basically you sending in a form that says, please let me look at porn. It's got to be real embarrassing.
Yeah. Uh, I guess
Britain,
another prediction is that uh, weed will be like pretty much allowed in every state, but that's not like a
yeah,
bold prediction.
yeah, that's
Pretty
I'm
obvious.
definitely, yeah, I definitely support, or I agree with that. I do support it. It's just that's not what I
I
wanted to
don't.
say
I
at the
mean, I
time.
don't care either way. Like, doesn't matter to me.
I
I
mean,
think
it's,
cigarettes are far worse than
yeah, that's
most
the
of the things that
thing
people do.
is, as long as cigarettes are legal, I think that weed has no right to be illegal.
Like cigarettes literally kill other people. But that's a topic for another day.
I think
Um,
that banning things just is banning like recreational drugs just doesn't work.
no, because they're gonna get it anyways.
I think that banning uh I think that we should ban Japanese.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think Shonen Jump
Just
should be shut down.
no. You got any other predictions?
I think that you will make one more video and then you'll give up.
No, I'll definitely make some more videos. I think that, well, I don't know. I was gonna say I think that movie theaters might kind of wane.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I think that we will have a push towards. I think that actually movie companies
Streaming
will.
services.
Yeah, I think movie companies will finally get on board with. Actually, that's going to be really difficult because movie companies make the most of their money from that. I think they're going to figure out a way to make that huge amount of money from streaming services. Like they might do the Amazon thing where they have you have, even if you have the service, you have to pay more money to get that specific movie.
Yeah.
Like when it's brand new. I can see that. That might
Huh.
actually that might boost sales a lot because they suddenly it's much easier for people to buy something instead of having to actually drive somewhere.
I think the next decade we'll see the fall of YouTube more than likely because it just seems like it's going downhill and it's like
It
caught in a bad spot.
YouTube has been going downhill for since 2009 basically. It's had one strange failure after another. This
Well,
Copa
becoming
Copa thing has
be,
been
becoming like insanely popular has kind of been its downfall, oddly enough, because
mm,
nobody can truly figure out how to legislate it, right?
I personally blame Viacom for most of that because they started the whole thing by did you hear about Viacom, the SpongeBob lawsuit basically?
No.
They sued YouTube for I think maybe they also own Family Guy, so it may have been that too. But they sued YouTube because people were uploading clips onto the website and they were also taking down videos through YouTube's process, but they thought that wasn't good enough. So they needed stuff to show in court to show that someone had uploaded the videos, but they needed something that they hadn't taken down. So they uploaded the clips themselves to show that they uploaded the clips and said someone is uploading these clips to YouTube. And Viacom is such a terrible company.
Yeah.
I think that obviously you shouldn't be allowed to upload just any TV show to YouTube. I
Well,
also
I
think
don't
that
think monetization should be on it, and the like. they should just be allowed to take it down. Like I don't
Yeah.
think
I think YouTube should have the right to take down whatever they want. I don't think they should have the
you
right
should be able to
to.
appeal for it.
Yeah, it should be easy to appeal. It should not put your channel at risk. It should not
Unless you're a
there
big repeat offender.
yeah, there needs to be a really good solid process for it. It needs to not threaten people's way of life if they make money from YouTube. And the biggest thing is it needs to not ever ascend to like a lawsuit. Like even if you're uploading full movies to YouTube constantly, that's not like you're not going out and stabbing people in the street. Like that should never escalate to a court of law.
Yeah.
Someone's taking my money because they're uploading a movie to YouTube is not worth suing them into the ground for.
Yeah.
Copyright law is so stupid. That was my other that was my other speech during that's actually true. During public speaking, I talked about robots taking all our jobs and I talked about copyright law being hot garbage.
That's fair.
Those are the
With the
two
internet,
biggest
there's
issues
a
in my life.
lot. We're learning a lot. Like the internet is still like fairly new,
Hmm.
honestly. We're
It's
learning a lot about how to just legislate various things and
and we're
whatnot.
learning a lot of the wrong ways
Yeah.
real fast.
All right, so I got two more predictions
Right?
for and they're both pretty obvious and safe, but um, obviously I think cable is just gonna
We're
probably
going to have a
hit.
woman president.
I doubt it. I don't think that'll happen for
We're going
even
to
a
have a
long
Skype
while.
call disconnect. A
That
what?
could happen, but cable is just gonna go downhill and probably
Hmm.
just die out within the next 10 years. It's just
That
like it
includes
can't compete
satellite,
with
right?
internet. Yeah,
Satellite TV as well.
yep.
I think so.
Yeah, it can't compete with the internet or yeah, with like streaming services and whatnot. And it's expensive still. People are
Hmm.
just gonna give that up for buying just a whole all around better internet package. Unless the ISPs
Especially,
like really bear down.
I hope that satellite TV goes away because satellite TV has basically been a ripoff its whole time it's existed.
Hmm.
But especially nowadays, where it's so much easier to to pirate things. Basically, I don't know.
Yeah. And the other
I
thing
don't
I think,
condone piracy unless I do.
eh, no, I don't really either. I always try to buy things these days. Just to like, cause I feel like I'm cheating the people that made it. But
That's
um,
fair. I'm a weirdo because everyone likes Spotify, but I still buy music like a
well,
freak.
I use Spotify, but I use the free version, which is not like pirating or anything. It's literally Spotify's losing money, by the way, like pretty badly, I think, which makes
It
sense. But
deserves to. It's terrible.
but the
Worthless.
other prediction I was gonna say is I think that we will almost certainly send people to Mars this in the next decade.
Within the next 10 years?
100%. And we may even start working on colonizing it. Hopefully. I think that'll be a very that'll be like one of the biggest milestones in our entire existence is going to another planet. That's just like crazy.
That's going to be. I
It's gonna be a
hope
big ordeal.
we should colonize the moon first because it's about 1,000 times easier.
I bet we will do that too, honestly. That'd be cool.
Um,
I'd like to live on the moon.
the problem is we don't have that much, as far as I know, we don't have that much research into sustaining life on other planets.
Yeah.
In term, we
Well,
don't have that
they're
much
definitely
tangible
researching it, but
solutions.
yeah,
Yeah, I really hope we start pushing towards that because
it's essential.
there's a great quote from Arthur C. Clarke, who actually the quote's from someone else, but I heard Arthur C. Clarke say it, and he said the reason the dinosaurs died is because they didn't have a space program,
It's a
which
funny
is
quote,
absolutely
but
true.
yeah, yeah,
It's
it's true.
genius.
I think it is essential too because, well, for one, I think our carrying capacity is
We're
becoming a
definitely
huge problem. Like we have to leave.
uh,
Like we gotta
uh,
get some people to leave.
birth rates over the world are slowing down generally, but I think they
It'll
might
still
start
be a
speeding up
problem.
if yeah, they can easily start speeding up anytime if
Yeah.
even if there's just a war, because that was enough to cause the baby boom, which was one of the biggest influxes in birth rates.
And I think
Hmm.
I think it's our destiny as a race. I truly believe this. It's our destiny as a race to explore space. I just don't think it would exist otherwise if it wasn't our destiny
I
to
th-
explore it.
I think we should land on the sun.
Yeah.
See
See
what's
what's
there.
going
I've always
on. Let's see
wondered.
what's going on down there. Alright, so I guess we sorta. You got anything else to say?
What I'm gonna say is my internet I think is cutting out a little bit. So
I guess good timing.
yep,
Alright, I guess we'll wrap it up here. It was a long podcast, about an hour and 45
this
minutes.
has
I
been
think
like
that's
2 hours.
hmm It was good though. We had a lot of good
Wowee.
stuff in there. Wrapping things up, wrapping the decade up nicely. I
Uh,
don't know. I don't think I'll be able to get it up tonight. I was going to try to get it up before actual New Year's, but I'll upload it tonight whenever I go to sleep, probably.
it'd be a good New Year's
New
Day
Year's.
thing.
Yeah, it was a good podcast though. Talked about a lot of good stuff, throwbacks, whatnot. So yeah, I guess that's it. 2020, I'll try to upload some stuff here and there. You know, and my typical, as my banner
Maybe
says, uploads occasionally. Um, so yeah,
uploads occasionally.
I guess that's it. See you guys next time.